You are listening to Random Gameplay Pimpin.
What is going down? What is going down? This is your boy, Studio MacGyver, and you are listening to Random Gameplay Pimpin'. Welcome to the show, guys. If you're new to the podcast, welcome to the show. If you're into anime, nerd culture, and most importantly, video games, guess what? You come to the right place because we talk about all of that shit here. This is episode number 404. And this podcast is loaded because we had so many events that took place, guys. I'm going to talk about them all, the bright spots, the shit that was kind of terrible, and just everything else in between. So without further ado, let's get started. There's not going to be any anime this episode because there just wasn't any to speak of. Yes, there have been some that I've been watching. But other than that, guys, nothing really important. I'll definitely return on the next episode and break that down. It's just too much to talk about with the games. Everything's been going on, guys. So I'm going to talk about the state of play, which was mid in my humble opinion. I'm going to talk about Summer Games Fest, also Xbox Games Showcase, man, which surprisingly, they killed it. They did a pretty good job, man. Out of all of these, I have to say that one was the best. Okay. But anyway, let's get into this state of play because it was a letdown. I'm going to keep it real. It was a letdown, guys. Now, if my phone wants to act right, then I can pull it up. I want to pull up some of the bright spots, though, because, you know, there were some bright spots. One at the end that they waited kind of show, which blew everybody's mind. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm so excited for that. But, you know, I'm going to start with, let's see, I'm going to the bottom. I'm sitting here on Twitter and I'm going off all this because it was just too much to write. It was too many notes. It was too many things, you know what I'm saying, to talk about. But we got a lot of stuff, man. One thing I want to talk about, these are some great games, something to look forward to. I hear people talking about, you know, 007, James Bond First Light. They showed that and it looks cool. Don't get me wrong. It looks cool and everything, but the dude looks kind of generic, man. And you hear people on the internet talking about that he's got this kind of generic look to him, but hopefully they edit that a little bit more moving forward when the game drops or whatnot. But yeah, that looks like a pretty cool game. It's third person, so I'm always down for that. And it looks like espionage. It looks like, you know, spy work, a lot of stealth going on, you know, and sometimes, you know, you're not going to be able to do the stealth thing. You're going to have to just go out there and do what you got to do to make it. You know what I'm saying? So looking forward to see more on that. Hopefully we get some more videos down the line. We usually do. When games are announced, of course, we wait and, you know, we get updates and stuff like that. So let's hope that they do it and they do it well. All right. Another game announcement that was cool that I thought was pretty awesome was, believe it or not, they showed a little bit of Pragmata. I don't know if you guys remember that game. That was a Capcom game, okay? And it kind of reminds me of kind of like what PlayStation was doing with, you know, one of my favorite franchises, one of my favorite dev teams, which was Team Eco. Now they go by Gen Design, but I guess you play as some android, it looks like, okay, some guy in this big ass suit. And then you're teaming up with this little girl who's actually an android. Okay. And you guys are trying to find out something. I don't know the premise of the game or whatever, but it looks pretty cool. It reminds me of, you know, like I said, Shadows of the Colossus, Eco, those type of games, where, you know, it's always a two people and you kind of just going through whatever you're going through, trying to get to, you know, the end of the game or whatever the story is, you're trying to, you know, get from point A to point Z. And it looks cool. Like I said, I need to know more about it, but they showed a small little trailer on that and just to let us know, hey, it's still coming. It's still in the works or whatever. I think 2026, a lot of these games that I noticed 2026. Okay. There's a few that are coming out this year, but most of them are 2026. And man, it makes me kind of mad because there's a lot of dope shit coming in 2026, man. And like I said, I'm going to talk about a lot of it here. But anyway, going down the line, another cool game that I want to bring up is a game called Romeo is a Dead Man. Now, this one is from the same developer is No More Heroes. Okay, so the guys who do No More Heroes is working on this game. It definitely looks crazy. It looks, all over the place. And that's how they like their games, you know what I'm saying? And I like those games as well. No More Heroes franchise is a cult classic, all those games. And looking forward to seeing what these guys are going to do with this one here. I think this is another game that's 2026, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, like pretty much all these games, guys, either are 2026 or they don't have a release date yet. Okay. Another game that's coming out that I'm looking forward to is Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection. Okay. That's pretty cool. They're going to have like, a lot of the Mortal Kombat games, but what's making this one special is the fact that they're going to be putting, like Lost. I don't even want to call it Lost, but a bunch of behind the scenes stuff that went into making a lot of these games. Okay. Like videos and interviews of, some of the cast who played these characters, and you get to see different photos and just a lot of history that a lot of the fans will actually appreciate, especially the OG, a lot of the OG Mortal Kombat fans. You know what I mean? So I think that's going to be cool as well. I think that's coming out. I want to say that one's coming out this year. Don't let me get the line, guys. But anyway, it's definitely coming out. Now, here's a game that a lot of people will definitely enjoy, and this one is Neo 3. Yes, Neo 3. There is a Neo 3 out or coming out. Okay. And as a matter of fact, the demo is live right now. Okay. So they kind of stealth dropped the demo. I haven't played the demo yet. Haven't had time. You know what I'm saying? This is Sunday, so I had work today and I'm off for the next few days. So I may try to download that here, but I'll be working on a shit ton of content the next few days. That's pretty much what I've been doing, guys. My time off, I do content, guys. I'm doing content for the gaming channel, Random Gameplay Pimpin. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get that off the ground, like I told you. And I have another YouTube channel as well. So I'm doing that and then trying to fit time in because it's summertime with my kids and trying to get some gaming in because Xbox has been eating right now as of late. So I'm just, it's just not enough time in the day. So definitely going to try to play that demo though, see what it's about. And we will continue there. Okay. Anyway, about this game though, Neo 3, it's going to be open world. So that's a difference. The other Neo games were kind of linear, it was like semi-open, I guess. But this one here is looking to be more open world. And I'm very excited to see what that's looking like. Like I said, I'm going to test out the demo, see what it's like. And I will definitely report back to you guys. Okay. But this one is probably automatic buy at some point because we always have a blast playing Neo, me and my friends. I had a great time. The last time we played Neo 2, beat the game, with the group. And it was dope. Everybody was in the party chilling. And I think I got that video somewhere. I think I uploaded that video at some point. I'll try to go find that video. But yeah, you know what I mean? So this was years ago. Just great memories, you know what I'm saying, playing Neo 2. And I think Neo 3 is going to be the same. I hear a lot of people complaining about the engine and saying how, they need to finally just go ahead and convert to Unreal Engine 5. But a lot of people on the other side who are huge fans of this franchise don't care. And this is one of those games, in my opinion, where it doesn't really matter. The graphics don't really matter with a game like this. The graphics are definitely passable. Please don't get it twisted. They're definitely passable. They're not shitty by any terms or anything like that. But they don't necessarily have to be like top tier for a game like this, if that makes sense. There's games that are out there like that, which the graphics aren't all of that. They're not top tier, but the gameplay is so good that, you're good with that. Like another perfect example of this is like, that I hear a lot of people talking about is From Software, their engine, right? One of my favorite games, From Software games ever, which really is my number one favorite, is Armored Core 6. And I hear a lot of people saying, oh yeah, the engine is old. They need to redo it or whatever. I'm like, yo, that engine is perfectly fine with me. I love the their engine with this game. I love, pretty much From Software's engine in general, period. I think that's fine. And sometimes that's what makes it so good. That's where you get the charm from, you know what I mean? So I don't know. Yeah. Will it be cool for these guys to finally adopt the Unreal Engine 5? And I think they will eventually at some point. But at the same time, I'm enjoying what they have now and what we get to enjoy now. So whenever they do decide to do that, that's fine. But I'm not tripping, guys, either way. Anyway, moving on. Let's go to some other games here. I'm scrolling down through here and I want to check some stuff out. Oh, also, by the way, if you guys, I don't know, what's today's date? You got a few more days. You got a few more days to go ahead and get you a PS4 for the low for $400. The sale goes on to the 11th, guys. So you don't have a lot of time left. So anybody that's thinking about a Nintendo Switch or still on the cusp, you might want to just weigh out your options right now. And, I may talk a little bit about the Switch at the end of the show because there's some things I have to say about it. If I don't talk about it on this episode, I'm definitely doing a video on it in the next couple of days. So check me out on the channel, guys, for that. Cause yeah, I've pretty much had my fill with Nintendo, but anyway, let's get on to the finish of this PlayStation State of Play. And like I said, there's a lot of games on here, one Sword of the Sea, which, is okay. But here's one that I'm really excited about. Silent Hill F. Silent Hill F is, a horror game. I'm sure most of us know about Silent Hill, and I still have yet to play that one, the remake. But eventually I will add that to the collection. But this one here is one that I'm thinking about getting day one. This one takes place in Japan, and I want to say back in the 50s or 60s, something like that. But it's definitely, this one here looks really good, man. This one here looks really good. I definitely want to play this one. If I don't get it day one, it's going to be close, so I definitely want to add this one to the collection for sure. Silent Hill F. Check it out. Check out the trailers. They're out there, guys, for you, but it definitely looks dark and you're a Japanese girl. I know you're playing as a Japanese girl. And like I said, it's back in the 60s, I want to say, or late 50s, one of the two. I want to say 60s. But yeah, it's definitely cool because we don't get a lot of, I think the other ones took place in America, but this one actually takes place in Japan. So it's a different setting, and I'm here for that, and I want to see that. And I love Japan, so I just want to see what they're able to do with this. And yeah, man, that one is definitely on the horizon. Now, I think this one's coming out in 2020. No, this one comes out this year. This one, September 25th. So yeah, definitely be looking forward to this one right around October, man. We got some bangers coming. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to this one and putting this one on the buy list or whatever. So, all right, let's move on. Sea of Remnants. That's another game was really big on. I already talked about Romeo's a Dead Man. Project Defiant is one. Pragmata, I broke that down. Neo 3 as well. We got the Ninja Gaiden. What is this one? Ragebound. This one is available July 31st. So we finally got a release date for the side scroller Ninja Gaiden. And that one it says July 1st, but I just say August, man, because I hate when people say, hey, the last day or right at the last day of the month, guys. You might as well just go ahead and say the next month. You know what I mean? And just get your mind ready for that. And so that's when it's coming out. And yeah, it's going to be on PS5 and PS4, which is cool. So yeah, man, it's the same people. I want to say who did Blasphemous 1 and 2. Yeah. So this is definitely going to be a nice one to add to the collection. I still don't know where I want to get this one at. Do I want to get it for the Switch? I don't know, guys. I'm still kind of wondering because this is a game that's perfect for, portability or whatever. So I got to check out the specs because a lot of the time what happens is if this goes to multi-platforms, of course, you're going to get the 60 frames and stuff like that for the PS5 and things of that nature, PS4. But then sometimes the Switch will, hey, now we're going to get you 30 frames, and you kind of get the watered down version on the Switch now. And it's now that the Switch 2 is out, I think a lot of neglection, I don't even know if that's a word, is going to be kind of like put on the Switch 1. You know what I mean? So we'll see. But it's definitely one I want to add to the collection along with Shinobi. Shinobi is the one I'm really looking forward to. If I had to pick one or the other, it's Shinobi all day. I mean, my nickname was Shinobi as a kid. My other YouTube channel is called Great Chin Shinobi, guys. Shinobi has a lot of it means a lot to me. And it's just, you know, the arcade Shinobi game meant a lot to me as a little kid in the arcade. That's how I got the nickname. Like I said, yeah, I love Shinobi. So I've been waiting for this game forever. I didn't even know if it was ever going to be a thing, but it is, and I can't wait. But both these Ninja Gaiden as well. I remember playing on the Nintendo, man, all the Ninja Gaiden games with my boy Byron and some of my other friends growing up. We used to play these all night on the weekends and stuff. So love them both. Can't wait. Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater. I think we all know about that one, guys. And that one's coming out August 28th. So yeah, man, not too far away on that note. Now, here's a game that I really, really want to talk about because, well, before I get to that one, I got one more I want to talk about. One that is a classic, one that a lot of people, especially if you're older and you're still gaming, that you probably know, or you have memories, you may have memories of this game, or at least heard of it, okay? Because this one was out there in the streets, whether you played it or not. And I'm talking about Final Fantasy Tactics. So Final Fantasy Tactics is coming out. Again, the original came out in 1997, okay? Man, that's crazy. I think, like 17 years old. Something like that. But yeah, 1997, man, is when this came out. So now it's coming out. This one's coming out September 30th. Okay. But I just say November. So just, you know, November 1st. Okay. You can pick this up, and this is going to be available for PS5 and PS4. It's crazy. So yeah, man, it's basically an enhanced version. Okay. Adds fully voiced dialogue. That's awesome right there. Fully voiced dialogue. Yo, that's dope. Also improvements in a number of quality of life features. So to have this fully voiced is awesome. So yeah, man, this might be one, if they do release it for the Switch or something, I definitely pick that one up. So for sure, be looking out for that one, September 30th. Okay. Now we're going to get to the meat and potatoes, because the game that I really, really wanted to talk about, the surprise of the game, because like I said, most of these games were meh, you know, they were mid or whatever. But the one that I really, really wanted to talk about that surprised me, and they had to have this one at the end of the show, was Marvel Dokkan Fighting Souls. This is pretty much just, remember Dragon Ball FighterZ, the same people, Arc System Works. I love Arc System Works, man. They're one of my favorite companies. They've done River City Girls, which is my favorite beat 'em up of all time. And they have done Dragon Ball FighterZ, one of the best fighting beat 'em up, one of the best fighting games, 2D fighting games, period. You know, not just because I'm a Dragon Ball fan, but period. But now they decided we're going to do this with Marvel characters. We're going to have a Marvel version of this. This is so lit. I just cannot. I'm still tripping on this. Okay. Yes, this one's slated for 2026. So we got time. I don't know if it's going to be first quarter. I hope it's first quarter. It looks to be pretty much complete for the most part, guys. I mean, I think they're just now polishing this game up. Hopefully we get it first quarter. But it could be, you know, later. I don't know. But anyway, this is exclusive to PC and PlayStation. So this one is not even going to Xbox, which kind of sucks. But you know, that's why you have all systems. That's why I have multiple systems, so that, you know, I'm not left out in the cold, like that. So yeah, man. But anyway, this one here is going to be sweet. Captain America, Spider-Man. You know, I'm a huge Captain America fan. So when I saw him, I said, oh yeah, I don't really need anything else. One other character I hope they add is Cyclops. So yeah, I'm looking forward to him. Hopefully they put him in the game. I think he will, because the way that the game is designed, like the characters they got here, Spider-Man, you got Captain America, you have Storm, which is the only X-Men member here. You have Doctor Doom. Okay. You have, who else do you got on here? You have, there's other characters. I just can't think of them right now who's in the game. I think you have Captain Marvel in here as well. Who else, man? I know I've seen some other characters. I just can't think of them all right now. It's a gang of them though, guys. I think they showed off like 8 characters in here so far. But all the characters are leaving something to be desired. It's 4-on-4. This is a 4v4 fighting game. So this is unprecedented. All the characters, it makes sense. It's Marvel. So I'm thinking, I don't know for sure. I think Star-Lord is in here as well. I saw him. Yep. Star-Lord is in here. Also you have, you have, I can't think of everybody, but there's people missing. Okay. So I was saying like the Fantastic Four would be perfect for this game. And they got to put Fantastic Four in. It just makes sense. 4v4. If it's a DLC, it's probably going to be some sort of DLC pack or something like that for them. But you got, Spider-Man and you have Captain America, 2 members of the Avengers. So you need to, at least put a couple more there. People are going to be calling for Hulk. They're going to want Hulk in here at some capacity. So I'm guessing that, Iron Man is already in here as well. So that's 3. So you gotta, you know what I mean? The Avengers, at least 4 of them need to be here. I'm thinking maybe Black Panther, hopefully, eventually. But yeah, I'm thinking of characters like that. But Storm is in here, and Storm's the only X-Men member in this game right now. So, you can go Cyclops in here. And who else? A lot of people, I heard people talking about, they wanted, who do they want in here? God damn it, I can't think of, why is my brain on freeze mode right now? I can't think of anybody's names right now. Gambit. Okay. Gambit is one that I keep hearing people talk about. Gambit. He's a real fan favorite. Okay. So with the X-Men, who knows? They can go Wolverine. I mean, they could go all kind of different ways with them. Iceman. I mean, God, it's endless. So that's the question I have, guys. How many characters, before it's all said and done, would be added to this game? And really day one, how many characters? Because if it's 4v4, and if you can't put the game out with only 8 characters. If you remember Dragon Ball FighterZ when it first came out, they were kind of limited in the characters that they had. I want to say they only had maybe 10 characters or something like that. Even if they had that, I want to say it might have been 8. Okay. When Dragon Ball FighterZ first came out, I can't necessarily remember, but it was limited. Okay. And it didn't start expanding until later on. Okay. So I don't know how much they have with this game here. I'm sure they learned a lot from Dragon Ball FighterZ, and who knows how long they've been working on this. I'm really surprised that they were able to keep this a secret as long as they did. I'm surprised this did not leak at all, because everybody was shook. Nobody knew about it. And the fact that they were able to keep that from everybody, who knows what else they got in their back pockets, and who knows how long they were actually working on this, because they haven't had a real update for Dragon Ball FighterZ in quite some time. Okay, so they've probably been working on this one for a while, and those characters have got to be sitting there waiting. So they probably learned a lot, and hopefully they implement that in this new game so that we're not sitting there, with 8 characters. Okay, and everybody's playing mirror matches and shit. You know what I mean? Give us a little bit of variety. I mean, I'm not expecting you guys to give us, 30 characters day one, but I mean, at least give us, 20. You know what I mean? Something like that starting out the gate. So if it's 4v4, you know what I mean? So hopefully, like I said, that we get that wish. I know eventually we will get those characters. The only thing that kind of depresses me about this game, and it did the same thing for the Dragon Ball FighterZ game, is that these characters are hand animated, hand drawn. So if you're wondering or hoping for different costumes and stuff like that, it's probably not going to happen. A lot of work goes into these animations and for one character. So, getting different outfits and stuff like that for these characters, I don't know if that's going to be a thing. Could it be a thing? They could change that. Yeah, they could change it up. But in Dragon Ball, they did not do that. So I don't know if they're going to be able to do it here. Okay. Hopefully they can. We'll see. Unreal Engine 5, I don't know what engine they're using. I don't know if this is even coming out I don't think this is coming out for PS4. I think it's just PS5 and PC. But if that's the case, maybe we do get alternate outfits. I know Ultimate Colors will be, that'll be cool. And maybe they try to do that with the mirror matches. Hey, okay, yeah, you got this one, but you'll have a different color, Captain America, whatever. I mean, that's okay, but man, we'll see. We'll see. I'm not going to just jump the gun, but I'm excited for this game. This was the highlight of the state of play for me. And yeah, so let's move on. All right. Now I want to talk about Summer Games Fest. Okay. Summer Game Fest. This one here was another one that was kind of run of the mill. But there were some bright spots here. I'm going to just run down some games. Let's see. Let's start at the beginning. Mortal Shell 2. It looks pretty good. I'm not going to lie. Mortal Shell 2 looked pretty good. If you're into Mortal Shell, the first one, then you'll probably be excited for this one. Let's see what else we got here. Death Stranding 2, of course. I didn't get a chance to look at. There's supposed to be some more stuff on this coming up soon. Maybe some gameplay or something like that with a new character or whatnot. But they showed a little cutscene, and they say this one's going to have more action, and it's going to be, more hands-on as far as combat and stuff. So a lot of people are excited for that. I still have yet to play the first Death Stranding, guys. I don't know if I'll ever play it. It looks beautiful. It looks breathtaking, but I don't know if I'll be playing that one. I may take one day, just decide to try it, but right now I don't see it in the cards. Let's see here. What else? I mean, like I said, there's a lot of games here, but there's just some that I just wanted to pinpoint. Code Vein 2. Code Vein 2, man, has been announced. All right. Now, we don't know when this is coming out except for 2026. That's all we know. And this is Bandai Namco. Okay. And the engine looks cool. It's its own engine. Okay. It's anime Dark Souls. Okay. That's basically what it is. All right. And it looks decent. I'm gonna wait and reserve anything else to say about it until I get to, see more. But that's what we're looking at right now. Code Vein 2. So yeah, didn't see that one coming. Now here's a game that I really liked. I just think this aesthetic is awesome. And this one is Mouse PI for Hire. A new trailer for Mouse PI for Hire was revealed, and Troy Baker will voice the hero, Jack Pepper. If you guys don't know who Troy Baker is, he's the guy synonymous for his work on the Last of Us series. Okay. So he plays Joel in The Last of Us. So yeah, he's definitely one of the top tier voice actors out there. He's awesome. And he's going to be voicing this character. So this one is basically like a 1930s black and white, animated, game. And this is definitely something fun that I could definitely see myself playing. And the art style is just awesome. If you remember the games Cuphead or whatever, think of that kind of art style. And you can probably imagine what this is. But this is a first person game though, which is crazy. So it looks cool though. This is something I'd play for sure. But anyway, moving on. Now here's a game this is a actual twin stick shooter. And I don't play a lot of twin stick shooters, guys, not even a little bit. But this is one I definitely want to play day one. I would buy this day one. This game caught my eye. It was definitely a bright spot for me. And it was called End of Abyss. Section 9 and Epic Games Publishing. Okay. Debuted End of Abyss. This is a new game and it just looks awesome. I mean, I don't know what to say about it. It's a dark, gritty looking twin stick shooter, but you'd have to see it for yourself to really understand what I'm trying to convey here. I could talk about this game all day and you're not going to understand it until you see a video, until you see the trailer. End of Abyss. Please check it out. This one's coming out in, I think, 2026 as well. So yeah, man, really looking forward to playing that. Ooh, man, Game of Thrones has a game coming out, which is crazy. This is one of those RTS real-time experiences. Includes like, it looks cool. It's basically kind of write your own story. Pick your own, decisions that you make. It's going to kind of have an effect on, the game moving forward. So I definitely check that one out for sure. Atomic Heart 2. Yeah, Atomic Heart 2. And there's another game by them called The Cube. The Cube looks cool. It looks like, this crazy world that's shaped like a cube. And as the cube changes, different things are implemented into the world, which makes the gameplay different. Okay. And so that one looks interesting. Atomic Heart 2 looks cool too. They said that they're going to expand on this one because the first one was kind of more of a linear type of game. This one here there is more off the leash, and they want to make it more open world. So I think that'd be cool. Next game, Marvel Cosmic Invasion. This is that 2D Marvel beat 'em up game. They showed some gameplay. It looks cool. Definitely one I would add to the library. This is definitely like a game for the Switch. Hopefully it comes out for the Switch 1. And I can play it there. I don't know where it's all going to be released for them, so I'll find out. I think I'm going to be getting the Steam Deck, guys, pretty soon within the next, I don't know, definitely in the next few months. Okay. I would get it. I probably would get it in the next month, but school, when you got kids, you know how it goes, man. You got to think ahead. You got to play checkers, not chess. So, school clothes and all that stuff. So that type of thing. So I got to start my own kind of funding for that because I wanted to get the Switch. I really did, but man, it's not for me. This new Switch is not for me, guys, but I'll get into that another time. But let's get into the next thing. Onimusha, Way of the Sword. We got a new trailer for that. That shit look awesome as usual. Can't wait. Day one buy for me. Was a huge Onimusha fan back in the day, and I'm going to be a huge Onimusha fan moving forward. It's not going to change anything. So Capcom, keep cooking, and we'll be here when it comes out of the oven. Anyway, next game. This one was unique. Okay, this one's a game goes by the name of Felt That Boxing. Now, this is coming out for Steam. Now, I don't know for anything else. I'm sure it may come out for something else, but right now Steam is the only one. And these are the reasons why, I want to get into PC gaming, and dip my toe in there, because there's a lot of games that even if they do come out for consoles, they don't necessarily come out day one. You have to wait sometimes up to, 2-3 years before you get them on console. And sometimes they never come out. And I hear people tell me all the time, if you want games galore, go to Steam. Steam has thousands of games. Okay. I think the Switch one had 13,000 games in all. That's including, all the indie games, all that stuff available. But Steam has way more than that. It makes that look like nothing. Okay. So, and I'm a huge indie game fan. I love indie games. I love small studios. I love, innovative games and just great stories. I don't care how big or small the game is. And I think we miss out on a lot of those great games because of that. Some of my favorite games are indie games. Okay. And I just, whether it's the art style, whether it's the music, whether it's everything else, all of that and everything in between, there's so many great people out there who make dope shit. And I want to experience some of that. And a lot of that is over there on the Steam side. And so the Steam Deck would be perfect for somebody like me who's not into necessarily playing AAA games on that Steam Deck, but somebody who's definitely into the indie scene and would love to just, fill that thing up with a lot of cool AA games and just smaller indie titles. You know what I mean? And able to put all those on there. Also be able to get a lot of these games for the low, okay, cheaper prices, things of that nature. Even like older games, like, games that came out on older consoles, that came out for PC as well. So that type of stuff is what I'm, into the Steam Deck for. And that's probably going to be my next system, guys, for sure. And then please don't let me get started on emulation, okay? Because you go there too. And that's another just thing I can tap into. So looking forward to all of that, my journey over there on that side, guys. And, we'll see where it goes. But anyway, another game. Let's get back to this. Arc Raiders. Arc Raiders has a release date now. Finally, guys, this is one I've been waiting for. Me and my friend, my boy, he's really been waiting for this one. He's really big on Arc Raiders, and he's really big on the Dune Awakening game. So he actually got a chance to play the early build of that, and he kind of enjoyed himself there. And that's on PC right now. It's not coming to consoles probably for another year. So he plays, everything too. He's got this laptop PC that he games on or whatever. And he enjoyed his time with it. So, I think, shit. Yeah. So this one looks good, man. This one looks good. Arc Raiders has a release date, and it's coming out for PC and PS5 and Xbox Series S and X October 30th. I don't know why it's just October 30th. October 30th. Just say November 1st, man. Okay. So November 1st, guys, Arc Raiders. We're going to be playing. I'll definitely be playing it in the holidays. I'm going to be on this one. I think it's only going to be $40. So you can't hate that at all. Definitely day one for me. I'm going to be doing a lot of content on this one. I can definitely tell this one here is going to be content heavy. So yeah, man, be looking out for Arc Raiders and playing some of that. It's definitely going down. So yeah, Arc Raiders, we got a release date. And let's keep going. Let's see what else. Mafia Old Country. That one looks awesome as well. That was cool. Not my thing though. I won't be buying this one, guys. At least day one for sure. But a lot of people are really liking the direction and everything about this. So that one's cool. One game that I did kind of look at and say, oh, this is really nice, man. And I don't even know what this is really, but Lego Voyagers. Okay. It's it's a 2-player co-op game, and you get 2 small Lego pieces trying to traverse the world together. So the trailer's awesome. Check out the trailer. Lego Voyagers. If you're a Lego fan, you're a huge Lego fan or whatever, man, you might want to look into this one. You definitely might want to look into this one. Definitely looks cool. I could see myself playing this one and losing hours upon hours on this game here. So yeah, definitely looks cool, man. Sometimes, these are the type of games that you need to just kind of just get you out there and have you explore a little bit more and get used to playing something you're not normally used to playing. All right. Another one, Liza P Overture, that DLC. That was stealth dropped it's not today. It was really a couple days ago, but it's out now. Okay. I don't know how much it is. I hadn't a chance to look into it. I haven't even played Liza P yet. It was on Game Pass and I never played it. I had downloaded it, never got a chance to play it. I don't even know if it's still on Game Pass anymore. It may not be. Game Pass. The only thing I don't like about that is sometimes you get used to certain games and then they kind of take it off. You know, they did that with Persona 4 to me when I was playing it, and I didn't get a chance to. I was just getting into it too, and then they took it out. So I was like, bang. Which they did announce, by the way. It is a thing. Persona 4 is coming back. You know what I'm saying? So it is a thing. People were trying to say it wasn't, but it is. So that's a side tangent though. But yeah, Liza P Overture looks awesome, man. It looks really cool. And eventually, you know, I would like to try that game out when I get some time. But yeah, it's crazy work. The backlog is stupid. But my girl, for Father's Day, I just gonna throw this out here. I know I keep jumping around, but got me something really cool. She got me the Surge 2, a limited edition. Surge 2, brand new package. Got this cool black packaging on it, and it's awesome. The Surge 2 is like one of my favorite Souls-like games. It's considered a Souls-like. I'm going to do a video on my top favorite, like my top 5 Souls-like games. I need to do like a video on that, but that's probably my favorite one of all the games, guys. Really, really love the Surge 2. If you have not played the Surge 2 or the Surge 1, I mean, for that matter, you probably want to do that. Something intrigued me about that world and the lore of that game, and just, you know, everything about corporate America is really cool, man. I mean, it wasn't just a good game, like the combat system and everything. It was also the story, you know what I mean? And to have such an intriguing story with lore and stuff like that in there, I thought was awesome. So yeah, me and my son played that some years back. And we enjoyed the fuck out of it, beat the game. And I saw this on eBay and I said, yo, and it was cheap, man, too. It was like $35. So I was like, yo, let me grab this. And it was a slept on game. It's a slept on game. It's a slept on series. They put out something else. I didn't get a chance to play it. I want to say I downloaded it. But I never played it yet. But they went another direction. I forgot the damn name of it. You're like in this desert and you're, you know, doing all this crazy shit. But if I'm being honest, they need to just stick to the Surge. Where's Surge 3? I want a Surge 3. And I hope they're making one. But anyway, now I'm out. Let's go back and get back to what I was talking about. And Deadpool VR. There's a Deadpool VR game. Yeah. If you're into the VR thing, which I still think VR is dead right now, man, personally. But, you know, everybody has their opinions. Some people like VR, but it's just not there yet, in my opinion. I mean, it's not up to par, and it's just too pricey, man. I mean, like, they want $600, $700, $800 for some of these things, man. It's ridiculous, and it's not worth it for me. But hey, if it floats your boat, man, take that ride. Let's see what else is out here, man. Looking, yeah, there's Toa and the Guardians of the Sacred Tree. This is like an anime, definitely anime all day. This is a new action roguelike inspired by classic Japanese animation, and it's coming out September 19th. So that's one. Now, here's a game that this was made by like one or two guys, and this is coming out 2026, summer of 2026. It's a beat 'em up, and it kind of reminds me of Sifu. Okay. If you don't know about Sifu, you definitely need to check out Sifu. One of the best beat 'em ups out there. Okay. Definitely number 2, I think. Number 2 for me, right under River City Girls, that franchise for me. But this one is called Acts of Blood, and it's pretty dope. I mean, it reminds me of Sifu, but with a twist, because you have guns in this as well. So it's pretty brutal. Looks awesome. I want to see more. And like I said, it's coming out summer. This is definitely probably a day one for me. I love beat 'em ups. It's my second favorite genre of games, guys. Okay. So yeah. Well, my third, because fighting games is second. But it's still there. All right, now we got Scott Pilgrim EX. So basically, it's a new pixelated brawler starring Scott Pilgrim and his friends. All right, so I don't know how much this looks like a good $20 game. You know, they might try to hit us for $25, $30, but it's a beat 'em up. Nevertheless, and Scott Pilgrim was an awesome beat 'em up. Definitely a top 10 beat 'em up, in my opinion. When does this come out? Did they even say when this was coming out? No, they did not. They did not. This is Ubisoft. Okay. I think it's 2026, guys, I want to say. But right now, from what I'm looking at here on my page, it doesn't have a release date. Then you got Hitman World of Assassination. Okay, so you got some stuff here. Lego Party, Wildgate, Blighted. Okay, Mecha Break. We got a release date for that. That's another game I was waiting on. Yo, can we get a release date on that? Yes, we got one. July 1st. July 1st. So I'm definitely going to be looking into this one because I love mechs. If you guys don't know me, mechs are like one of my favorite things, man. One of my favorite things is mechs. Armored Core 6 is my favorite From Software game. I just love mechs. Okay, give me a great mech game. Daemon X Machina is my favorite Nintendo Switch game. Okay, if you guys don't know about Daemon X Machina, check that one out. Daemon X Machina, Skyon, I think, I can't remember. That one's coming out soon as well. We got a release date on that. I want to say that one's coming out. I want to say August, but yeah, I'm looking forward to that one too. So I'll probably be playing and that one comes out on multi-platform. So I was worried, Switch 2 only. No, this one's actually coming out for the PS5. So I'll be getting that one for the PS5 because I repeat, I am not getting a Switch 2 anytime soon. And like I said, I keep going back to Switch 2, but I'm going to go in depth on the Switch 2, on another video on the channel. So definitely, you want to hear it, just check that one out. Anyway, Mecha Break, July 1st. Cannot wait to play that. I mean, money, I'm looking at my pockets like, yo, what are we doing? What are we doing? Okay. Street Fighter 6, we got some new characters. We got Alex, we got Crimson Viper, Ingrid, and Sagat. That's what everybody's wanting, Sagat, man. I mean, I was wondering if he was going to return, and he is, and you should have known. Now the guy I'm waiting on is Barlog, okay? Give me some Barlog, and I'm good, okay? It's one of my favorite characters, and Sakura. Give me them two, and look, I already got Ken. My boy Ken is on there, and I love Ryu. I actually play Ryu on Street Fighter 6, believe it or not, more than I play Ken. And Ken is my favorite Street Fighter character. And yeah, so yeah, man, we got some bangers. There's another dope game called Into the Unwell. This is an animated kind of 1930s, 1940s kind of art style, and it's the first game from a Swedish developer named She Was a Good Horse. Wow, that's crazy. These names are crazy, guys. It's a whack and slash co-op roguelike where up to 3 players take on a cartoonish world based in 1930s. Yeah, rubber hose style animation, which I love. I love that art style. So I'm definitely going to be playing this one. I want to say, did they say this was, I want to say Steam. I want to say this one, they advertise for Steam, but a lot of times what they do is they advertise for Steam and then it comes out for other consoles, but they just don't announce it. I don't know why they do that. I understand why Xbox and Nintendo and all of them do it, but I don't understand why Steam does that. Anyway, this one definitely looks like it's going to be a banger and definitely one I want in the collection. At some point, it will definitely be in the collection. So yeah, looking out for that. All right, here's a game that I've talked about before. This is Ryu Go To showed new footage of Project Century. This is Project Century, guys. They got a name for it now. It's not Project Century anymore. It's called Stranger Than Heaven. Okay, now they changed the time too. It's supposed to take place now in the 1940s, but before it was like 1915, I think, when we got that first trailer. Now, could it be some sort of time travel thing? I don't know, but it's a beat 'em up and it looks awesome. And I can't wait to play it. It's definitely a day one for me. This is still no release date on this. I want to say 2026. So there's a lot of dope shit coming out in 2026. There's one more game. Oh, Wu-Tang has a game coming out too, guys. Rise of the Deceiver. Wu-Tang, yes, the Wu-Tang Clan has a game coming out. Okay. It looks like a co-op action hack and slash RPG. That's what they say it is. Okay. So this is going to be crazy. It looks cool though. It doesn't look bad. To be honest with you, graphically looks pretty dope. So I don't know, man. We'll see. There's also, on here, there's Wu-Chang Fallen Feathers, which is coming to Game Pass and it's coming to PC July 24th. I think this is coming to all consoles. Yeah, July 24th. So I'll be playing that. I'll be looking into that on Game Pass for sure. There's another game called Last Flag, which is, guys, it's a live service game. And I saw that and I said, psh, I turned the page quick. I don't give a damn about live service. That's probably my least favorite genre of game, period. Okay. Period. Anyway. All right. We got something called Infinite Simals. I think that's how you pronounce it. Simals. Simals. I don't know, but it's an 8-person team called Qubit Studios. So they're really small studio. This is their first game, their first next gen game. And it's a third person shooter following a conflict between bugs. It looks pretty good. I saw the trailer. It looked cool. It might be something, man. Like I said, I'm always keeping my eyes open on these smaller studios because they be cooking, man. They be cooking. Just ask the people who just did the recent Expedition 33. All right. And they'll tell you. All right. So you cannot sleep on these smaller studios. You just can't, because those are the ones with the most passion. Those are the ones with the least amount of shackles holding them back. And that is a recipe for success if done right. Okay. But the last game there's two games on here that I want to talk about. One, I'm going to talk about the elephant in the room, which is Resident Evil Requiem. That's the one everybody was waiting on, Resident Evil 9. And yeah, man, this one looks good. It's described as a bold new direction for the franchise. The trailer introduces the heroine Grace Ashcroft, who must return to a decimated Raccoon City. So yeah, this looks like it's going to be dope. They're not, Capcom's going to they're not pulling any punches. Okay. And so, it's going to be an awesome Resident Evil. I don't know if it's going to be third person. I don't know if it's going to be first person. We don't know. We just got a trailer. So I'm sure we'll learn more, because this one's supposed to be playable at the next showing, I think a month from now, or August. I want to say August or July. I can't remember. But a lot of these games are going to be shown later in a couple months. So we'll get more in-depth looks at these games. But that's going to be very exciting. Okay. I'm a Resident Evil fan as well. Of course, I'm like more of an old school, more of an OG Resident Evil fan. My favorite Resident Evil is Resident Evil 4, and my second favorite is Resident Evil 2, which I own both. And everything else I've played for the most part. But those are my favorites. Okay, let's go. I gotta keep it real with this one. This one here, this is a game that kind of just blew my mind. I cannot wait to see more of it. And it's a first person game. It's not third person. And I don't like a lot of first person guys, but if it has to have a certain recipe for me to just fuck with it like that. If it does, decent recipe, I will play it. And this one looks like looks fucking amazing. It's called Ill. Okay. Ill. And please go watch this trailer if you're into, these type of first person Resident Evil 7-esque type of games. If you're into these horror type games, this shit looks amazing. This is definitely a day one for your boy. I cannot wait for this one here. It says Ill is a new first person survival horror title. The debut game from Team Clout. The debut trailer showed multiple ghastly creatures the player will be battling, including some sort of baby-like ghoul. Yeah, man, you got to watch this. Like, he was shooting something, a big blob, and then when he shot it, it split into like three different entities, and then it started continuing to crawl. Like, it was crazy. It was crazy. Awesome, but crazy. And that's all we know. We don't know if it's coming out 2026 or none of that. I just got the trailer. I don't even think it's coming out in 2026. I think this is just something down the line. But for what they've shown, it looks really good and really polished, man. Like, I mean, obscenely polished. So definitely a day one for me. And I'm always keeping an eye on new teams and stuff like this, because this team could be one of the ones, guys, that's cementing themselves for future games. We could get Ill 2 or something else that they, make. Yes, we know about all the ones that are out here now, a lot of the dope studios and companies and stuff like that and publishers. But, there's always new ones born all the time. I mean, look at Expedition 33. You know what I mean? So you got to keep your eye out for these, and that's why the Steam Deck for me is kind of like really calling my name, because it's, I get a chance to go out there and kind of swim through all of that stuff and, just go treasure hunting, for games, you know what I mean? So anyway, that was that. So that's pretty much, that was pretty much the Summer Games Fest right there. Now what I really kind of want to get into is two things. Before I get to, well, we're about to get to Xbox now, which was the star of the show. They had the best games. They showed the best games and everything. And Xbox has been doing their thing the last few times they've been putting on shows. And this is kind of what cemented me going ahead and getting a Steam Deck, because they have a new handheld coming out. Okay. If you guys didn't know, and it's called there's two of them. One is called the Xbox Ally Okay, let me make sure that I get the fucking actual name. Rogue Xbox Ally X, and then there's, I guess, the standard version. Okay, so of course the standard version is a little bit weaker. I think it comes with like 16 gigs of RAM, and the other one is 24. Okay, and the first one also only kind of does 720p, but the other one is more like 1080. I mean, I'm sure you can tweak and twerk some things, and you can, get it to do more depending on what you're playing. But for the most part, it's ready. It's going to be ready for 720. But the stronger one is going to be, the X is going to be 1080 for sure. But what makes this system or this handheld so cool is that there's already like Rogue Allies out there that, a lot of people love, swear by. It's pretty much a little bit stronger than the Steam Deck. But what's cool about this one is that they're adding Xbox games to it. So they're gonna have a Xbox starter on here, operating system. So just made to play Xbox games. Not every Xbox game, but I think they said like 1,000 games right now are going to be ready. So if you Game Pass, if you could put your Game Pass on there, and you could play your games from Game Pass off of just the Xbox. So it's strong enough to deal with. It's probably, I'm guessing it's at least an Xbox Series S. You know what I mean? It's around the strength of that, probably a little stronger than that. So you get a chance to play those games. So that's what makes it cool. It's a double threat. You get Steam as well. You get a Steam launcher and you get the Xbox launcher, and you can just swap between them. And they're still working on it. There's actually reviews right now on YouTube about this. Like they've given them to, certain content creators and stuff, tech guys. And for what they have right now, they're really liking what they have, and they're still working on it. So basically what they're doing, because they're using Windows 11 on here, so they're basically circumventing all of the things that don't need to be there. So they're trimming all the fat, the stuff that takes up all the space, like 2 gigs right now. I think they said they have 2 gigs of space already freed up from what they're able to do. So it can be more seamless. So you can just jump in there and say, look, I bought this to be a gaming system first. So I want to turn this on. I want to be able to just switch between Xbox and play my games for my, Game Pass or my Xbox games, or I want to switch and go over to Steam. You know what I mean? So it's giving you that. And it's also giving you, I want to say 1 gig of memory as well. I think the X has. I don't know if the other one has 1 gig. I can't remember. But I know the X, if you're going to get this, you're going to get that. You got to get the X. I don't even know what the prices are looking like right now, like the price point. You could probably assume something like this, guys, is going to be a pretty penny. I'm guessing, I'm keeping it real. Probably the X, probably 7. Okay, 657, and then the standard one is probably going to be, maybe 5, something like that. But I don't know. Like I said, I could be wrong about that or whatever. I don't know. But I think that's cool. And then they're adding more. And so what, the cool thing is now, what I'm getting at now, this is unprecedented at that, as far as I know. You know what I mean? I don't know what else is doing that or whatever. I would love to be able to just, play the games or whatever, play my Xbox Game Pass games wherever, you know what I'm saying, on the go or whatever. But the Xbox now, which I'm about to talk about, because they had their event, which is, the Xbox Game Showcase, they pretty much, every game they showed on the showcase that I'm about to talk about is pretty much available on that handheld. Okay, so when that handheld does release, you can play all those games, and those games will be compatible with that. So they're starting to focus on games that are coming out now and in the future, that they want this thing to be compatible with this. So they're really pushing this. So I don't know how far it's going to go, but they're really trying to push this. And so far, so good, man. If they can get if they can get in there and get the software right, I mean, this could be game breaking. Okay. And all this stuff, ironically, is starting to come out right after the fucking Switch 2 dropped. Okay. The one thing I hear everybody talking about, where a lot of people talking about with the Switch, and people who've bought the Switch, a lot of YouTubers, people I follow and just people I'm listening to, there's nothing to do. Okay. The guy, I looked at a video, I'm sitting there in the shower, and when I'm in the shower, I watch videos sometimes, you know what I'm saying? And I'm sitting there watching one of these videos, and the guy says, yeah, man, I got the Switch right here. And he said, I sat down for about 3 hours and 15 minutes. And I beat the whole Mario Kart game. I did everything, unlocked everything. You know what I'm saying? And he said, the only mode I like, pretty much is knockout mode. That's the only mode. And that's it. He said everything else has been kind of done already for the most part. He said there's just nothing there right now. Once you get done with that game, that's it. Donkey Kong's not coming out for another month. So what do you have? He said it's just a $450 paperweight. His words, not mine. And he was just being honest. Now, he said he does want to play Donkey Kong. He made that clear. And he said until then, that thing will collect dust until Donkey Kong comes out. And then these other games, he said, so you're dependent on Nintendo to drop their first party games is basically what you're doing. Okay. You're at the mercy of them. If you're just a Nintendo player, you're kind of really, you're selling yourself short is what I'm saying, especially on this one. This is why I said, you know what? This is a game system you want to buy 2 to 3 years in the life cycle of the Switch, because then there's a plethora of games available. Okay. And they're only going to be, I'm not buying anything third party. I'm not playing anything third party on the Switch 2, because why play them there when you can play them on other consoles that are better? That are better quality. That just makes no sense for me personally. And I play the Switch 1 docked 90% of the time. And that's just me. Okay. Yeah. I mean, it just doesn't make sense to a lot of gamers out there, and I understand what they're saying about it. And it makes perfect sense. It has nothing. So you're just at the mercy of them. And everything is money, man. Everything. If you want to get in a party chat, you got to pay for that. Okay. Which should be free. It's just the entry level game that they had to introduce you to the system. You got to pay $10 for that. It's always something. Okay. Games that, players would love to buy. Hey, I would love to buy, Wind Waker, for the Switch. Cause that's one I've always wanted to own and be able to play whenever I want it. But guess what? You can't do that. You have to get a subscription, and that's the only way you can play it. You can't just buy it and just download it to your system and have it that way. Like, in a store. You know what I mean? So it's certain things, certain practices that they do, and it just sucks. It really does. Like I said, unless they have so many just Nintendo only games out, that's when I'll buy it. And then on top of that, you got to hope that they come down on prices, which mostly, let's be honest, they never will. They're going to stay in that $70 range. They're not going to, come down, because most people who want the games for Nintendo, they're going to want physical anyway, and it's just, like I said, it's just all over the place, guys. And it's just not worth doing that right now, in my humble opinion, until they have enough games. Because then when they do have enough games, let's say they have a dozen games out now that I would actually consider playing and would like to play, then I might say, okay, I'll make the switch. And then by then, accessories as well. You have third-party accessories, because I hate the Joy-Cons. I'm just keeping it real. The Joy-Cons suck. They sucked on the first Switch. They suck on the second Switch. I never use the Joy-Cons and play, with the screen just sitting there with two people. Never. I'm always using a controller. So if I'm playing by myself and I'm playing, an indie game, which I love to play, I do not want to fucking use those buttons for directional pads. Okay. That's the one thing that kills me, that I just hate about the Switch. Always have, always will. And so, companies like Hori, which, released great products. I have them for the Switch 1. Love that fucking, love those add-on, Joy-Cons. And until they come out with something like that, yeah, I won't be buying it. So it's just things like that make, the Switch just a joke right now to play. And it's why I'm buying also a Steam Deck, because it's just so many games for a fraction of the price. There's sales all the time. You're not getting that for Nintendo. If you're going to be paying for games that you have to download, it might as well be something that, me personally, that I can keep and play offline whenever I want, and not have to worry about the extra shit and worry about paying an arm and a leg for a lot of these games as well. That's just my humble opinion, but hey, it is what it is. Moving forward, let's get on this Xbox, because yeah, this show is really going. It's going to be a long one. Yeah. Okay. Xbox Showcase. I want to talk about the games, and there's so many of them, guys. Okay. They did announce Call of Duty Black Ops 7. Okay. They waited to the end of the show to announce that, which, like I said, I'm not a Black Ops fan like that. Like, I liked the campaign. Like, I really liked Black Ops 6's campaign up until a certain part when it started doing the zombie shit. And then I was like, yo, fuck. I stopped playing it. But up until then, it was nice. I mean, the gunplay felt great. It felt meaty, all of that. So hopefully, there's a dope campaign in it. I don't know. But yeah, hopefully it's coming to Game Pass as well, like they usually do. But they announced that, I'm not really into online playing Call of Duty. That's not my thing. But hey, if you are, hey man, no hating over here. Here's a game that the trailer started and I said, and then as the trailers progressed and it went on, I said, oh, okay, this is a first person game as well. First person shooter, by the way. This game is a steampunk RPG. It's called Clockwork Revolution. And the trailer is awesome. It's coming, wait, hold on. Anywhere. Play it on what? Oh, it's coming out Game Pass. It's going to be on Game Pass day one. So definitely looking forward to playing this one then, if that's the case. Didn't know that. Yeah, man, it's a kind of like I said, it's a steampunk RPG, man. It looks pretty cool. Yeah, it looks awesome. The time is also a big, I guess, key part of this. So definitely be looking out for that. Gears of War. I'm sorry. Gears of War Reloaded. Okay. New trailer revealed. This one's going to be, I want to say this one is cross-play. You know what I mean? It's also coming out for PS5, which is crazy, man. Yeah. This is going to be the first one. 60 frames per second in campaign, 120 frames per second in multiplayer, crossplay progression, and more. Wow. Additionally, a 2-weekend multiplayer beta begins June 13th. So taking place across all platforms, June 13th. Okay, man. That sounds good. Love Gears of War series, man. So see what they do. I think it's going to be free on Game Pass, though. So, it's always something to entice you to come to Game Pass. Grounded 2 heads to game preview and Steam early access July 29th. My son literally stopped me, right before I recorded. I always go in his room and tell him, hey, man, I'm about to record. Try to keep it down. And then he was like, hey, Dad, did you hear they were coming out with Grounded 2? He loves Grounded. He loves that game. So he's definitely looking forward to that one. What else? Let's see what else. Something else. I'm not going to name everything here. Ninja Gaiden. October 21st, you know what I'm saying? Game Pass. That's all I need to know. I'm good. Okay. Outer Worlds 2. A lot of people talking about Outer Worlds 2. Okay. Gets a new trailer and a huge deep dive. So, it looks okay. I was never impressed with Outer Worlds. I never really got into the first one either. I played it, but it just wasn't all that. I had a friend of mine play it too, and it was hyped up, and he thought it was overhyped as well. Some people say that it's one of their favorite games of all time. And if it is, hey man, more power to you. I'm not trying to piss on your parade or anything, but it just wasn't my flavor. It's coming out though at some point. It's going to be a thing. I want to say, let's see. Outer Worlds. They say it's coming out October 29th. So you might as well say November 1st. Okay. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4. There's a demo out now, actually, Foundry demo. So you can definitely check that one out if you're a skater guy, if you want to play those games. So yeah, I love when they drop demos. I love it, love it, love it. Now here's a game, world premieres, and new games from our partners. Okay. This is a game called Animo. Okay. It's a beautiful creature collecting action RPG. Now the graphics look awesome. They fucking look crazy. Awesome. Yeah. Animo is a groundbreaking open world action RPG where players are invited to join in the exploration of a living and dynamic world and meet the magical Animo that inhabit it. Instead of waiting for someone else to create their dream game, the Animo team did it themselves, travel across a beautiful new world, meeting, learning about, and capturing Animo that inhabit it. Battle Animo in real time or use your twinning system to become an Animo. What? And experience the game in a whole new way. Animo will arrive in 2026, but a closed beta begins for PC players later this year. See, PC, they get so many dope betas. That's another thing, man. I want to get on some of these betas, bro. You know what I mean? Some of these games, I'm like, yo, can I get some? I want to get that opportunity, So, and a lot of, for console players like us, we don't really get that a lot. So looking forward to that too for the Steam Deck. But anyway, let's keep going. Fate's End is definitely one that caught my eye. It's definitely animated, beautifully drawn, hand drawn. It looks awesome, guys. At Fate's End is a captivating new game from the Spiritfarer team. You got to check this trailer out. It looks awesome. There's cards involved. There's all kind of stuff. Solve intricate narrative puzzles, uncover painful truths, and hone both your blade skill and knowledge to face your estranged siblings in intense emotional duels. Yeah, man, it's crazy. Ultimately decide your family's fate. Yeah, it looks awesome. Definitely. Now, here's a game that really caught my attention. This is probably one of my favorite games from this Xbox event. And it's called, believe it or not, Beasts of Reincarnation. And the funny thing about this is the people who make this, who's working on this, is Game Freak. Okay. If you guys don't know who Game Freak is, they're the people who do the Pokemon games. So they said, you know what? We're tired of fucking doing Pokemon. We want to branch out and do some different shit. And this fucking shit looked awesome. Okay. Let's see. It's a new action RPG from revered developer Game Freak, set in a post-apocalyptic Japan. The world has become consumed by corruption and overtaken by formidable beasts. Play as Emma, a cursed outcast, and her loyal dog Ku, as they journey through a dangerous, ever-shifting world that demands precision and mastery of technical combat. Uncover what it means to be human at the edge of extinction in Beast of Reincarnation. This shit looks fucking phenomenal. Okay. I love the gear she wears. Like, it just looks awesome. And it's a day one for me. This one here is definitely a day one. I don't know if this is coming to Game Pass. Oh, wait, play. It says anywhere or play it day one. Oh shit. It's coming. I mean, goddamn, man. It's coming out for Game Pass. What else can I say? I don't know, bro. Game Pass is cooking, man. That's all. This is one I would buy. Okay. Now, of course, most of these games, let me just, give you guys a heads up. Most of these games that they are showing on this event are also coming out for PS5. Don't get scared or anything like that. Most of these are also coming out for the PS5. So if you're playing, Sony guy or whatever, rest assured you're going to get these as well. But if you're Game Pass, I mean, evidently you're going to be getting a lot of these for free. Okay. I cannot fucking wait. This is beautiful. So these are games I would buy day one. Okay. So it's going to save me some money. Definitely. And then I can just go ahead and buy them when they go on sale. See, that's the beautiful thing. Let that shit go down to $20 and then go ahead and buy it. See, there are some advantages we still have, guys, in this fucking ever rising video game, fuckery, where butter is everywhere. I feel like all the, big wigs, all the big companies, Sony, Nintendo, and Xbox, they're all using warm butter because, on a side tangent, Xbox has decided to now start making their games $80. Okay. I meant to throw that in there. So yeah, gonna dig a little deeper and find out more on that. But apparently that's what they're doing. A lot of these games coming out now, like Outer Worlds 2. Outer Worlds 2 is supposed to be $80. Okay. So just throwing that out there. Get ready for that. So they're trying to push people to Game Pass and, paying some of these high prices for these games. So, like I said, they're doing it, so just be ready. Next game on the list that I really liked. This is interesting. The Blood of Dawn Walker reveals its first gameplay trailer. So, yeah, man. The Blood of Dawn Walker looks cool. I mean, it looks like a AA game. It doesn't look AAA to me. But from Rebel Wolves and Bandai Namco comes a brand new dark fantasy role-playing saga, The Blood of Dawn Walker. You play as Cohen, a young man turned into a Dawn Walker, half man, half vampire, forever treading the line between the world of day and the realm of night. Fight for humanity or embrace the cursed power to save your family. Whatever your choice, the question stands, is your soul worth the lives of those you love? Coming in 2026. Okay. Wish list is coming on Xbox Series X and S and Xbox and PC. It's also coming for a PlayStation. So please don't get twisted. I saw this for PlayStation earlier, so it is what it is. Anyway, another game. Here's one that I'm really looking for. This is a third-person game, third-person survival horror. It's called Chronos: The New Dawn. New survival horror from Blooper Team arrives this fall. I forgot what Blooper did. Get ready to embark on a haunting journey this fall as Chronos: The New Dawn arrives. In this gripping third-person survival horror, step into the shoes of the Traveler, an agent of the mysterious collective whose mission is to salvage what remains of humanity. In the time-warp nightmare of the future, monsters known as orphans stalk the land. Emerging from a downfall of mankind, these grotesque creatures can fuse together to create even deadlier foes. In the gameplay trailer, we witness the Traveler descending into an orphan's nest, confronting the twisted creatures that inhabit its depths. The corpses of fallen travelers tell a grim tale, yet their final recordings offer crucial warnings. Can you succeed where others have failed? I already love the premise of this. Guys. It looks awesome. This one doesn't say fucking Game Pass, though. This one's at Xbox PC, Xbox Cloud, Xbox Play Anywhere. But this one does not have that. So this might be one I have to buy, but it's definitely one I will buy. Third person survival horror, man. I'm here for it. Definitely. And the premise of the story is dope. I even love the names that they give the monsters and things of that nature. So the lore sounds fucking outstanding. So yeah, I definitely want to play that for sure. Now here's one, guys, for the Xbox fans. At least you guys get a win with this. You guys get a fucking win because you get Final Fantasy. You get Final Fantasy 7. It's coming to Xbox, guys. Yes, you're gonna get it. Final Fantasy 7 Remake Intergrade includes both the base and intermission, a story episode starring Yuffie, a spirited ninja from the Watai. I can't understand. Yeah, her episodes offer a different perspective of the events of the main game, expanding the world and deepening the lore. Relive one of the gaming's greatest stories on the Xbox. So, I mean, I'm sure a lot of people are going to be cool with that. Also, what blew my mind even more was Final Fantasy 16. And they stealth dropped it. It's available right fucking now, man. Right now, you can go play Final Fantasy 16. And if you don't have a PlayStation or a PC or whatever, you need to go fucking play Final Fantasy 16. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. My favorite Final Fantasy game. Love this fucking game. Love Clive. My God, Rossfield. That is one of my favorite characters in like RPGs. Like love him, man. Definitely check this one out. I'm, matter of fact, gonna eventually find some time to go play the DLC because I still haven't played the DLC yet. I beat the game, but I want to play the DLC, both of them, and I want to do that eventually. So I plan on doing that at some point, and I'll be putting it on the channel as well. So be looking out for that. Okay. But yeah, man, I mean, these games are awesome. There's another cool, dope ass game called Mudang. Yes, you heard it right. Mudang, D-A-N-G. Two Hearts is a cinematic tactical action adventure arriving in 2026, guys. This is dope. This is another one that's not coming to Game Pass, I don't think, but it's still a buy for me. I think this is coming out for PS5 as well. So definitely be picking this one up. Anyway, Mudang Two Hearts is a third-person tactical action adventure set in the Korean peninsula. And after reunification, revealed for the first time today, it blends stealth, close quarter combat, and emotionally driven storytelling into a seamless cinematic experience. Players experience the story through two distinct perspectives. G, something I can pronounce the name, a North Korean special forces operative dispatched to the south, and Gavi, a K-pop idol whose past holds a dangerous secret. Wow, that's going to be crazy. As a new wave of terrorist attacks fractures the fragile illusion of peace, the two become entangled in an enigmatic militant group known as Bioluman. I can't pronounce it. Built in Unreal Engine 5 and using our proprietary performance capture pipeline, Mudang delivers a deeply immersive combat system rooted in authentic special forces tactics and is set to launch in 2026. Yeah, the preview looked fucking amazing. It's a third person, but it's more like behind the shoulder, type of thing. So you're really close in, but it looks fucking awesome though. They're cooking though. They're really cooking, guys. We got some shit popping. Okay. Persona 4. I told you earlier, Persona 4 Revival officially announced. So it's definitely coming. There is no release date yet. They just said it's coming. So probably 2026, man. You know what I'm saying? This is definitely a day one of Game Pass. So they're going to finally bring it back. And now I can maybe return to that. Hopefully my saves over to that, and I don't have to start over again if I decide to play that again. I think that'll be cool. So we'll see. Don't know. A Plague's Tale. The people who did A Plague's Tale has another game coming out. It's called Renaissance. A Plague's Tale Legacy expands the universe in new ways. Yeah, this one is set in the same universe, but it's set 15 years before the events of the last game. So yeah, you play this chick who looks like to be some sort of assassin or something. I don't know. Looks cool, man. Definitely looks cool. Super Meat Boy 3D. That's a thing. Yes. And it looks awesome. It looks pretty fun, man. I know a lot of people are going to be happy for this. I know a lot of people who really love Super Meat Boy. So that's pretty dope, man. And I'm happy to see that. So be looking out for that one as well. Let's see what else, man. Fallout 76 has a fishing game, which is crazy. That shit looks crazy, bro. Something I would never play, but hey, it is what it is. Let's see. Sea of Thieves, season 17. Damn, 17 seasons? Jesus Christ. That's a lot of shit, man. Anyway, there's a couple of other games on here. Damn, hold on. There's a couple other games on here I want to cover. Please believe me that I want to cover them. And before I get out of here. And where is it? Okay. One I want to cover right now. This one here, like, just blew my fucking mind. Invincible Invincible Versus. Okay. 3v3 tag fighting game coming in 2026. Yes, you heard it right. The Invincible series, guys. If you're not familiar with Invincible series, you need to check it out. It's like one of the most awesome hero anime cartoons out. Okay. And it's awesome. Awesome characters, brutal. I mean, it's sick. Okay. But they got a fighting game coming out. All right. Quarter Up. Okay. Skybound's first in-house gaming development studio revealed Invincible Versus. The trailer revealed a brutal tournament quality superhero 3v3 tag fighting game set in the award-winning Invincible universe. It also showcases fan favorite superheroes, Mark, Invincible, Thula, Bulletproof, and Adam Eve, iconic arenas, the high stakes of bloody superhero battles, and an authentic depiction of battle damage and bloody combat fans know and love. So yeah, it looks dope. It was definitely gruesome. There are like fatalities and stuff in here, man. It looks crazy, man. So definitely looking forward to this one because, especially if you're an Invincible fan, man, Battle Beast and all these guys, they're coming. They're coming, man. So it's about to be, it's going down. And my homie doesn't even play fighting games, but he'll buy that. He loves Battle Beast. He will fucking go to the moon and back for Battle Beast, man. But anyway, that was the last game I want to talk about before I get out of here, guys, is one that's Solo Leveling. Yes, they have a game, Solo Leveling Arise Overdrive, transforms the hit webtoon into an action RPG. The global phenomenon Solo Leveling makes its debut on Xbox based on the hit webtoon. Arise Overdrive is an action RPG that lets you experience the overwhelming power and thrilling combat, master a dynamic action system, block deadly attacks, and counter with perfect parries, unleash the Monarch's awakening to transcend limits and dominate the battlefield. Feel the intensity as you wipe out enemies in style. Team up with friends in multiplayer mode to conquer powerful stages and enjoy the thrill of true growth and cooperation. It's time to rise, fight, and prove your strength. The Xbox PC version arrives fall 2025. What? The Xbox PC version, with Xbox Series S and X cloud versions following it in 2026. Wow, that's I need to check on PlayStation about this one. I need to check. See, PC, there's some pluses and minuses. They get a lot of stuff early, but sometimes a lot of shit comes out faulty on PC, and you gotta, change some levers and do some things. That's just how it goes. But it is what it is. That's just how it is. But that was the last game, man. I mean, like I said, they cooked. They fucking cooked, and I'm happy to be a part of it. I was happy to be a part of it, man. So yeah, Xbox really came out. You know what I mean? That was the best showing out of the whole thing. I'm glad that we got a lot of these reveals. I'm surprised a lot of this was able to be kept under the rug like it was. This podcast, I think this is the longest one I think I've done in quite some time, guys. Okay, years probably. But yeah, I am here for it. I wanted to get this to you guys. I'm dead tired, but I don't give a fuck. I'm going to go get some Red Bull, and I got other videos to work on as well for the channel and stuff like that. So if you haven't subscribed to the Random Gameplay Pimpin' YouTube channel, please do so, guys. I'm going to grow the channel. It's going to be a long haul, but we're doing it. And support your boy there. Also, I want to thank everybody who came to listen, download, stream, however you got this podcast, guys. I want to say thank you. And if you're new, please come again. I would love to have you and join the family and partake in these video game activities. But that's it, guys. I'm going to get out of here. And I love you all dearly. I want to thank everybody for listening one last time. And I will see you on the next episode. This is your boy, Studio MacGyver, and you have been listening to Random Gameplay Pimpin'. See you next time.